Before the creation of Adam, before the existence of humanity, there was already a world created by Allah. A world unseen by us, yet real. A world that existed long before our story began. Allah is the creator of everything. There was a time when nothing existed except Him. No sky. No stars. No time as we know it. Only Allah. As Allah says, He is the first and the last. Surah Al-Hadid, 57:3. He is the first, before everything. And He is the last, after everything. He is eternal, without beginning, without end. And this is something the human mind cannot fully comprehend. Because everything we know, has a beginning. Everything we see, has an end. But Allah is not like His creation. Before the heavens and the earth were formed, before time itself began, Allah existed alone in His perfect majesty. There was no need, no weakness. Allah was complete. And then, by His will, creation began. Not out of need. Not out of randomness. But out of wisdom. Out of purpose. Allah says, His command is only when He intends a thing that He says to it, be, and it is. Surah Yasin, 36:82. With a command beyond human understanding, creation came into existence. The heavens were formed. Layer upon layer. Perfect, balanced, vast beyond imagination. The earth was created. Prepared, shaped, designed. With mountains, rivers, plains. Everything placed with precision. The stars filled the sky. Not just for beauty, but as signs. Signs of power. Signs of order. Signs of the Creator. Allah says, and we did not create the heaven and the earth and that between them in play. Surah Al-Anbiya, 21:16. Nothing was created without purpose. Every detail, every element, had meaning, had wisdom. And in this vast creation, Allah created beings unlike anything we know. The angels, created from light, pure, obedient, perfect in their submission. They do not question Allah out of. They do not hesitate. They do not disobey. As Allah says, they do not disobey Allah in what He commands them but do what they are commanded. Surah At-Tarim, 66:6. The angels exist in constant obedience. They worship Allah without fatigue, without distraction. They do not sleep. They do not eat. They do not feel desire. They glorify Allah day and night. Every moment, filled with ibadah. Some carry the throne of Allah. Some record the deeds. Some bring revelation. Some manage the affairs of the universe by Allah's command. A creation vast, organized, and perfectly obedient. But they were not the only creation. Before humanity, before Adam, another creation existed. The Jinn. Allah says, and the Jinn we created before from scorching fire. Surah Al-Hijr, 15:27. Unlike angels, the Jinn were given choice. They could obey, or disobey. They could believe, or reject. They lived. They moved. They existed in a world parallel to ours. A world we cannot see. But that exists. And according to many scholars, the Jinn lived on earth before humans. They built. They moved. They interacted. And like all creation with free will, some were righteous. And some were corrupt. Some obeyed Allah. And some spread corruption. Though the details are not fully described in the Qur'an, what is clear is this. The Jinn existed before Adam. And among them, was one who stood out. One who worshipped Allah with intensity. One who rose in status. His name was Iblis. He was not an angel. But his worship raised him to be among them. He stood among the angels. In position. But not in nature. Because angels do not have choice. But Iblis did. And hidden deep within him was something dangerous. Something silent. Something that had not yet been exposed. Pride. Arrogance. A feeling that he was better. Even if he did not yet say it. And this would soon be revealed. At that time, the earth already existed. Prepared. Ready. A place unlike Jannah. A place of change. Of effort. Of test. And Allah already knew what would happen. Because Allah's knowledge is complete. Nothing surprises him. Nothing is hidden from him. He knows what was. What is. And what will be. He knows what is seen. And what is unseen. Every thought. Every intention. Every action. Already known. And yet, he allows events to unfold. So that creation may live. Choose. And be judged with justice. And then, a moment came. A moment unlike any before it. A moment that would change the course of creation. Allah made an announcement. An announcement to the angels. Something new. Something never seen before. A creation unlike angels. Unlike Jinn. A creation that would carry something unique. Responsibility. Choice. Struggle. Growth. And destiny. Allah said, "Indeed, I will place upon the earth a." Surah Al-Baqarah, 230. A successor. A representative. A being that would live on earth. A being that would act, choose, and be tested. And at that moment, the story of humanity had not yet begun. But it was about to. Because everything before this was preparation. The heavens. The earth. The angels. The jinn. Even Iblis. All part of a greater plan. A divine plan. And now, the next chapter was about to begin. The creation of Adam. The first human. The beginning of us.